No bullshit reviews. Today we start a new series, and what better yet than to start it on the Ariete. And that rhymed. Man, I'm a poet, I didn't even know it. So I got a comment the other day that said, "Slick, I liked these no bullshit reviews." I didn't ever do one, but whenever I did a review in the past, I never lied or built up hype around a certain vehicle. So that's what I'm going to do with this series. I plan to do maybe one or two a week, depending on how popular it becomes. If you enjoy reviews and you enjoy no bullshit reviews, let me know by leaving a like on this video. Click that subscribe button. But the Ariete. So today we're going to cover the armament of the Ariete, the mobility of the Ariete, the armor of the Ariete, and overall if it's a good tank or if it's a bad tank. I recently just got this using the winnings from the YouTube Cup. I decided to spade it and play it in a sim battle, and that's what you're watching in the background. The Ariete, which is an Italian MBT, recently ended service around 1995. Now, it was produced and pre-planned around the 1988 era, late 80s, so it's definitely an old tank for War Thunder. Now, this is essentially an Italian version of a Leopard 2A5. Now, I say essentially because it does use a local-made Rheinmetall 120mm smoothbore cannon that fires both darts and heat FS. But the armor layout is similar, kind of taking notes from the Leopard, but also doesn't encompass such armor or such round stopping capabilities as the Leopard 2A5 or other variants. The armor on this tank is actually quite weak compared to its rivals in this game, but it is a very modern MBT, a very beautiful MBT, and as an Italian myself, I definitely enjoy this thing. Starting with the armor on the Ariete, it is very weak compared to its competitors. Now, it does have an advantage over its competitors, which we'll talk about later on in the video, but it uses kind of old school technology with air as space armor inside the composite armor itself. And we know from the XM1 and the XM803 and the KPZ and the MBT-70, I guess, we'll name all of them, it doesn't really work. Spaced armor, especially in War Thunder, doesn't stop much. So in terms of armor on this tank, you're not going to stop much in the turret. You're not going to stop anything in the hull. Of course, you do get those random bounces. The sides of the turret are spaced armor as well, which does help on those odd angled shots where you're hold down and somebody maybe shoots you while you're turning your turret or whatnot. But overall survivability of this tank is very minimal. I would say treat it more like a tank destroyer because you don't want to get hit. That being said, it's fast, so, you know, the armor doesn't work super well, but other things on the tank do make up for its lack of armor. Like I said previously, this thing doesn't have very good armor, so it does have good mobility. It's kind of on the lighter side of tanks, I guess. I mean, it's not the thickest and it's not the thinnest of the tanks. It weighs in about 52 tons, 53 tons. And it has around a 1300 horsepower engine. I say around because mine's not completely spaded yet. It's almost there, but I do believe an engine upgrade will boost that horsepower, and you know, that's just how War Thunder does. But at its current state, pretty fast in a straight line. It's very comparable to something like the Leopard. Maybe not quite as fast, but at the same time, you never feel like you're lagging behind. It's not like the first iterations of the Challengers. The turning radius and the traverse radius of the tank itself isn't too bad, but I have noticed that when I'm on a hill or a steeper incline, maybe it's due to the fact that it's not completely spaded yet, but I do have trouble traversing the tracks of the tank and actually getting the hull turned around sometimes. As far as reverse speed, pretty good, pretty modest reverse speed, and it moves like you would expect an MBT to move. Now we get to the biggest highlight of the Ariete and why you probably will grind it. It gets the best ammunition currently found in War Thunder ground forces. It has an APFSDS dart that can pen over 600 millimeters of armor from 500 meters or closer, which is absolutely insane. I mean, the only way you could touch that number with a round before is a Heat FS round, and those are at 650. Some of the best Heat FS rounds in the game are 650 mils of pen. So this dart has almost as much pen as the Heat FS shell without dealing with the chemical energy. I would say modifier. It is a modifier, but it's a negative modifier. When you're shooting at spaced armor, when you're shooting at composite armor, any type of contact 5, ERA, chemical rounds like Heat FS bounce, or they get absorbed by the armor plates themselves. Darts don't have that issue. So when you have a round that has that much pen, this thing can upper front plate, which you'll watch in the background, T80Us. And T80Us have some of the best upper front plate armor in the game as well. So you can nullify pretty much any tank in the game. You see an Abrams, straight through the turret. You see a Challenger 2, straight through the turret. Not the sides of the turret on the Chally 2. It does have one of the best turrets in the game, and I'd love to review that if you guys want to see it. But you can definitely breach that thing, shoot through the hull, the upper front parts of the hull, the lower front plate, anything like that. You don't really have much issue. And now on top of that, it has a decent reload. It's about 6 seconds, same as pretty much any MBT in the game. So you get a very, very good round. Now stock, you don't get that really dope APFSDS round, but you get a very, very good one regardless. You get DM33 from standard, straight out of the box. Now DM33 is the top round on the Leopard 2A5. So you start with an advantage, you end with a bigger advantage. And this gun is the absolute highlight of this vehicle. I love this tank because of it, especially using this round in sim matches and matches against Russia only. So in sim top tiers, NATO versus Russia, these T80Us cannot stop you. You can go through the turret of these tanks with ease. You can go through the upper front plate with ease. You can pen anything in the game. And it's just a no-brainer as to why I love this vehicle. And I think it's the best highlight. So if you're ever grinding the Italian tree and you get caught up and you're like, why am I doing this? Why is this worth it? I absolutely hate how there's no lineups. Top tier is calling you, and it said, get off your ass, get some premium, and get this goddamn round because it is so satisfying to use. It's almost too good for the game. Whether that is true or not, I'll let you guys decide that, but it feels almost too good for the game. My final verdict on this tank is I give it an 8 out of 10. Definitely an 8 out of 10. I would score it higher personally for myself, but I understand that the play style and the lack of armor will kind of drive some people away. But the best way I can describe the Italian Trek tree as a whole is it's that kid in middle school and elementary school, right? That nobody really talks to, nobody really fucks with. And then by the time they're out of school, gone through college, they're Bill fucking Gates. And you're like, well, what? How? But can you hit me up, please? And that's basically it. Top tier Italy is disgusting. This tank just adds to that disgusting manner. If you die in this vehicle, you have another Ariete with DM33, or the automatic, which can shoot down any flying vehicle, any ground vehicle, any boat, anything. It is a naval gun that's an AA gun on a chassis that it's insane. And then you get the G91YS, which I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say it's maybe one of the best overall jets in the game. It gets ground pounding, it gets AAMs, the lineup is fantastic at top tier, and if you can take the beating that warthunder will get you, or give you, while you're trying to get here to top tier Italy, you will be rewarded handsomely, absolutely handsomely. So I absolutely love this tank. Playing it's been a breeze. Any tips for playing it is try to stay low profile, hold down because of that big ammo dump in the front of your tank. Carry a little less than 30 rounds. I usually carry 25 in this thing, and I've noticed that I haven't really gotten ammo rack too much, and I do survive a shot or two before I end up dying because of the hold down nature that I play. Playing it more like a TD, more flanky, more snipey, fantastic. And since you have that really strong round, once your tank is spaded, sniping is a breeze. You don't have to deal with worrying about where you're going to aim on tanks. It kind of takes that away. So until tanks get a little bit stronger armor and other tanks get better rounds, this thing is the king tank destroyer in War Thunder. And I can wholeheartedly say that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this new style of video. I definitely enjoyed making it. Like I said, it's not going to be the only type of content I'm going to be making from here on out, but I think spicing it up a little bit here and there adding some reviews, especially ones that you guys genuinely want to see, is fun for me. It kind of stretches my commentating abilities. I like the fact that I have to edit, and the way I like have to talk in a video like this is stuff I'm not generally comfortable with or used to doing. So it makes me happy. If it makes you happy, we're all happy. Win-win. Like I said, if you're new to this video, if this video helped you at all, if this has persuaded you to go towards the Ariete, I'm happy. I'm glad. Enjoy the vehicle. If you already have it, let them know in the comment section down below how good this vehicle actually is, because I adore it and I'm falling in love with it. I still love the Leopard 2A5. I still think it's my favorite top tier tank, but for the time being, the Ariete is going to stay in my rotation, and I'm going to be playing the hell out of it. So I hope you all have a wonderful Tuesday. I will see you guys tomorrow on stream or in a video. Have a wonderful day. Peace. Peace. Volk, you've taken spawn camping to a whole new level.
Yep, that is it, yeah.
We can do it. There's enough Russians on the server. Come on. We did it.
One map Fields of Poland. Yeah, good map. Guess I'm a good map.
Titties for biddies. I went through the upper front plate on that, Volk. Got him.
Behind the house, nice.
Upper front plate on that too.
We've captured most of the strategic zones.
Why would he do that? Oh, I got him. I got him. Oh, man.